Hello ladies and gentlemen, Force here, and today we're gonna start playing Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, a beta style with the Demon Hunter on male. So, we have here the description of the character and a little bit of a preview. Now, I'm gonna give this guy a name and we're gonna start the adventure.
Was butchered by Hellspawn. To witness such a thing is enough to leave your mind in ruins. The madness killed my sister and left me frightened and alone until I was rescued. Rescued by survivors who had joined together to rid the world of the creatures of hell. They saw in me the strength to resist the demons. And they forged me into a weapon. Now, I am ready. A meteor has fallen in Tristram, and the dead have risen in its wake. I will send them back to their graves. Once I was hunted. Now I am the hunter.
Well, that's an interesting intro. Okay, as you can see here we have the Paragon, because I played a lot of Diablo 3, but I'm not gonna use any of Paragon points, because this is a beta style playthrough. We have here Hatred and Discipline, resource, a fast regenerating resource used to duel the Demon Hunter's offensive abilities, and this is for the tactical abilities.
Only the dead reek like this. The fallen star is near.
If you were expecting me to play with the Crusader, the thing is that I will play this game with the characters as they were released.
I have journeyed here to find the fallen star and purge its evil from this land.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until
In the order that have been released on that list. So the second one was the Demon Hunter. So have to get rid of those guys.
I've never seen anyone fight like that before. Guards, open the gates. You'll find Leah at the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
We got a new skill. We have Hungering Arrow, generate 4 hatred. Fire a magically imbued arrow that seeks out enemies for 155% weapon damage and has a 35% chance to pierce through them. Requires a bow, okay. And we have the secondary Impale, cost 20 hatred. Throw a knife that impales an enemy for 750% weapon damage. Okay. We have some in our inventory. No. Okay then. Let's proceed.
Burn those corpses before they rise again.
Yeah, you should do that.
Zakharum has fallen to disgrace. What fate
For many years, villagers were too afraid to settle near the ruins of the cursed town Tristram. But as time went by, adventurers arrived to loot the old cathedral, and their business was profitable enough that New Tristram sprang up to accommodate them. Fewer travelers visit now, though, and the town is mostly populated by craftsmen and farmers.
Leah, is it? Rumford said that you survived the fallen star's impact.
I did, but it blasted my uncle 𝐷𝐸𝐾 into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but... Watch out! The wounded are turning!
Let's use this knife. And that's a good skill.
This is killing business.
Okay.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
Then I shall put an end to them and secure your town.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
Well, let's go then talk to Captain Rumford, but we have some lore over here.
We've been under siege for 6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
Only Rumford came back.
Let's see what task this guy will give us.
What can I do to help fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Don't worry. I will avenge their deaths.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
We are under attack again.
There! That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
Okay, guy. Thanks. Let's see what we've got. We have pants, 6 armor, and we have a crossbow, 3 points of damage. Good.
I, Deckard Cain, have spent many years traveling and writing about the strange creatures in our world, but the sight of the wretched mothers still haunts me. They are the remnants of Queen Asilla's slaughtered handmaidens who were twisted by foul magic. Now they feast upon cadavers and regurgitate them as newly formed, risen dead. I will never forget the first time I saw these horrors shambling out of the misty woods. Our loved ones, buried long ago, rose from their graves and began to attack the living. However, the risen dead were only the
My
beginning.
hatred is too low.
Well, we got those guys very fast, which is a good thing. Let's see what we've got. We got a knife, 7.5 damage, plus 150% damage, but I'm using bows and crossbows, so I'm not gonna equip that knife. Maybe on the second hand? No, I can't. Only a shield, I think I can equip, or 2 crossbows and a bow with a quiver.
Dear reader, I am Abdalhazir, adventurer, scholar, and researcher. I share my knowledge of this incredible world and its creatures through my insightful missives, often at grave risk to myself. Why, I was recently in Honduras, where my tents were ransacked by vicious quill fiends. I was able to beat them off with a shoe, but a less bold man would have fared far worse.
I had heard the rumors, but I thought them just fancies of bored women, until I saw them dragging people through the streets today. Our own citizens! Has the world gone mad?
While exploring a cave with hopes of finding hidden treasure, I came upon a most grisly sight. A heap of dead bodies. Unbelievably, as I was searching them for any items of value, they began to rise. I must tell them of this in New Tristram before it's too late.
So we got new items, I think. No, but then we got new skills, which I'm sure of it. We have Entangling Shot. Generates for hatred, imbue an arrow with a shadow energy that deals 200% weapon damage to the primary enemy and entangles up to 2 enemies, slowing their movement by 60% for 2 seconds. When Entangling Shot hits an enemy, the slow effect on all entangled enemies is refreshed. Requires bow, which I'm gonna use, but I'm not sure if that deals more damage, but we will see. this is a trap. There are a lot of guys, I don't know how to deal with them because I'm not a barbarian or a type warrior that can take hordes of enemies with mighty strikes and blows. Because I'm at the end of the beginning of this journey, so before I get much stronger, it's gonna be a bit of a bummer. As you already know, I'm clearing every area that I can get myself into and compare skills, items and different types of fighting.
I returned to Honduras after 20 years. The burden of countless failures and tragedies heaped upon my shoulders. Am I being punished for helping that stranger hunt the Dark Wanderer? I always thought 𝐓𝐾𝐄 half a madman, but perhaps he was right. Perhaps he can banish the shadow hanging over my life.
And he was dead. Look at that sight. Okay, we have an armor. 3 armor. Okay then. Only that. Oh no, no you don't.
The task is done. These unholy creatures can rest now.
Well, did we got... yeah, we have some gloves for armor. But I still didn't got any other new weapon. A bow or a crossbow that I can use. Which I don't like right now.
My training has paid off.
That thing must die.
It will, in good time, my dear fellow, in good time. Okay, we have some new skills over here. We have the caltrops, costs 6 discipline. Lay a trap of caltrops that lay a trap of caltrops on the ground that activates when an enemy approaches. Once sprung, the caltrops slow the movement of enemies within 12 yards by 60%. This trap lasts 6 seconds. Okay. And we got a new item. Piece of armor. 3 armor, increased gold and health pickup by 2 yards. Okay, that's good. I got a short bow. Good, 7.7 damage. Plus 146.7% damage. 56, not 46, sorry.
Old Tristram. Diablo's evil still lingers here.
Got an axe. 7.8 damage, plus 3 cold damage, plus 1.3% damage, but I don't use those type of weapons. I'm a demon hunter, I use bows and crossbows. Yeah, as I thought, and I said I'm not gonna use those. I'm not gonna read the description of the items if it's not a bow or a crossbow, because those items I'm using, as I'm a demon hunter, not a barbarian or another type of warrior. Much easier to take those guys out when you're away from them.
There's chaos everywhere. And word in town is that Llacdanin killed the king. If only this is true, perhaps our days and nights of living in terror are behind us now.
Thank you for your help. But could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
Nor should she. I will help her find him.
Okay, a new piece of armor. 3 armor, regenerates 4 life per second, plus 999.9% recovery. Damage is the same, so I'm gonna keep it.
I've found some interesting things on my latest dig. You should take a look.
Come, let us search for your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to Adria's hut. The key must still be there.
I promised Marco I'd protect him, and now he's...
Here, let me open the gate. Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
What of your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons. Look! A hidden cellar! Follow me!
Your mother had her secrets.
People said she was a witch, but I never believed it. Captain Dalton! Here's the key, and my mother's journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
I will go. Stay here and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again. But like Aiden, I'll be gone before they fall.
Okay, so we got new items. 6.3 damage, reduces all costs by 5%, minus 18.2% damage. And we have a magic crossbow, 11 damage, plus 1 to 2 damage, plus 1 maximum discipline, demon hunter only, plus 42.9% damage, which I'm gonna switch with the bow. And I think we got a new skill also. We have here rapid fire, cost 20 hatred initially and an additional 6 hatred while channeling. Rapidly fire for 685% weapon damage as physical. Requires bow, which I'm gonna switch with that because it's much better. I'm sorry. This music gives me goosebumps. Should stop doing that. I don't know why. Well, that's that indeed. Let's see. We have braces 8 armor. Good. New piece of armor, which is helpful.
The infamous Tristram Cathedral. I am close to the fallen star now.
And that's true. We're very close to that fallen star. Let's get inside then.
So this is where the star fell. My quarry must be near.
In the eastern kingdom of Khejistan, I heard rumors of Zakarum warriors called Crusaders. While the natives were most reticent, I was able to deduce that this order was founded 200 years ago, just as Rakis took his army of paladins west. But these crusaders went east on a very different mission.
My name is Latdanan, and I'm cursed. Once the captain of King Leoric's army, I lived only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
Well then.
Please kill me! I don't want to change!
It was Lazarus. Of that I am certain. He alone had the king's ear, and whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement, and sent us off to die.
Okay, we have here inferior belt, 3 armor.
Some foul new disease has taken hold in this land, and the carrion bats are near the heart of it. Since returning to Tristram, I have seen their numbers surge. The evil forces that linger here give them strength, and I fear that the worst is yet to come.
Oh, boy, that's not...
The grotesques may seem slow and senseless, but they hide many dangers within their hideously malformed bodies. A set of spikes lurks beneath the monster's flesh, and foul parasites nest within them. It is said that these horrors themselves are constructed by a greater evil, a darkness that I cannot even fathom.
There are a lot of guys over here and I'm not making that much of a progress, which is not helpful at all. But I'm trying. I don't like that I don't get that much of weapons for this guy over here. The same stuff, kinda the same stuff. What I would like to have, it's 2 crossbows, 2 one-handed crossbows. One crossbow in each hand. That would be very, very helpful. But for now I don't have those, so I try to do the best with what I have. Do I get any skills? Yes. We got here at Hungering Arrow, we have increased the chance for the arrow to pierce to 50%. Let's see that. I think that's much better than the entangling shot. Let's see where we can get ourselves. There are a lot of ways to go, but I think this is the area where I'm supposed to. But I think I'm gonna go back to check what I need. First, check the areas that I didn't. Yeah, we're gonna bring it out. Bring it down. I'm sorry. Let's see.
Not enough hatred.
Yeah, as I suspected. And we got some new pieces of armor. We have here magic bands, 18 armor, monster kills grant plus 2 experience, plus 3.3% toughness and recovery. Okay, that's a good thing to have, but I'm not gonna go down there first. I'm gonna check everything over there, because as I've said, that's a thing that I'm doing, clearing the area. Each area that I can get myself into. I'm sorry, I have problems talking today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Usually when I record more videos in a row, I kinda lose the touch of talking and kinda don't get that much of stuff to talk about. I don't know why it's happening that, but it's a thing that happens to me, and yeah, again with problems that you don't care and you don't want to know, so I'm sorry for bringing that up. I hear a treasure hunter over here somewhere. Where do you hide? Well, that was easy. Much easier than I expected.
Some devious little goblins have been robbing our merchants. When pursued, they simply open portals and disappear with the most aggravating chuckle. The peasantry seem to believe that the goblins serve a great demon lord known as Greed. And furthermore, that their portals lead to Greed's domain. A ludicrous notion, truly.
those items that I switched to right now, they were based on more damage, so yeah, that's why I used them.
When we returned from our horrific defeat in Westmarch, my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with rage, spitting curses upon us as traitors. With great sorrow, I ran him through.
Oh, but I'm afraid that I have to end this video over here, so I'm killing those guys and I will end this video. Because the time runs so fast when you're having that much of fun, so yeah. So as I've said, I'm gonna end this video here, so if you like it, don't forget to give it a like, to subscribe and leave a comment. Don't forget to check my social media pages in the links in the description, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!